Because healing is sometimes just going backwards to make sure you don't go backwards again. This one's gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna try my best not to get too emotional because I know y'all don't like people who be emotional, but I'm a vulnerable person, especially in real life when I feel like I need to be. Not all the time because I don't feel like I always have to be. But when it comes to things that keep me up at night, things that I wish I had the power to fix, I can't not be vulnerable. I talk about these things every day, but I talk about them, I won't even say in a lighthearted way, but in more of a practical way, less emotional, more logical. Because I am a very analytical person, but I'm also an emotional person. I'm just not someone who emotes outwardly all the time. Blame the autism. But today I want to be a message, a beacon of peace because the world really needs peace. You can't be a person with a heart if you're not looking at today's society, things on the news, people you know, maybe not even necessarily you, but even if you add you to it and just be heartbroken about the state of mankind, state of humanity. Like, my life right now is just in an upward trajectory because I can um see where I'm going. I have a pretty clear view of it. But when I look outside of my life, or even when I just look at my past, and because healing is sometimes just going backwards to make sure you don't go backwards again. But it's it's really hard to not be upset. It's hard to not care if you have a heart, like I said. Um, One thing that I pride in my life, I brag about this. I'm not even gonna hold you. I brag about this. Is my connection to God, my connection to Source, and how different I feel like my relationship is with God versus how I see everybody else relates to God or whatever God they call God. Um, I pride myself on that because there's this inner knowing um that makes me understand why our ancient ancestors' religion used to be knowledge. It's like this inner knowing that damn, everything really is working out in my favor. Everything really does work according to my will as long as that will is centered in my purpose. And a lot of people I just feel like don't understand that. Because again, they have a different connection with God. Like I tell people it's not a belief to me if God exists. I know that God exists. Want to know how I know God exists? The purest evidence that God exists is because I exist. It's that simple for me. It's really just that simple. Where the fuck did we come from? Where did I come from? Why do I feel like I'm trapped inside a meat suit? Why do I feel bigger than this body I inhabit? It is because I know my spiritual self. And a lot of people in the world don't know them. Their spiritual self. It's why we don't have peace. I don't know if I fall into the belief that some people are soulless. I don't know if I fall into that belief, but I do know that the people who we regard as soulless just don't have a connection to God or self at all. In my book, I talk about this. I call it, they are literally in spiritual hell, meaning, yes, their physical body is here, but their soul is in constant turmoil because that person can't tap into their soul.
In a world so undivided, we must retrace the steps of human history to understand how we got here, dependent on a system that promotes human suffering. It is then we will experience profound enlightenment and unplug from the system as we know it. Thorn to the Eye is a guide designed to help Black people unplug. Are you ready to experience your awakening? Pre-order available now.
And because they can't tap into their soul, they are literally ruled by worldly, earthly, mostly evil desires. Now, we can get into the conspiracy theories of it all. We can blame it on the government. We can blame it on the military, population control, mind control, the draconians, the reptilians. We can blame it on all of that shit, right? But the fucking source of it doesn't matter when we are really the ones in control here. It's just that we don't know it anymore. We lost that. We lost the fucking plot. I hate how much, it's crazy because I'm not supposed to hate it, but I hate how much I love this place. I hate how much I love humanity. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't feel so pulled and pushed to literally help everybody. And it makes me feel vulnerable. It makes me cry. Because it's like, on one end, it's such a conundrum. And I think the true people who choose to be chosen understand. Because being chosen is just a choice. You're making a choice just as equally as God has chosen. God has chosen all of us. Most of us know what our path is. Some of us just ignore the call. I can't ignore the call. It pulls me. And that being said, it's a conundrum. It's equally joyful and painful. It's like you are literally a person who can operate on both ends of a spectrum. You're a person who can operate on both ends of duality. And that's where I feel like I fall when it comes to just who I am, but my connection to God, source, the creator, connect, consciousness, existence, whatever you call it, it's all the same. I always say that God is just simply existence. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad. All of that is supposed to come together. It's here for a purpose. And it's to teach us unconditional love. And it's like I finally reached that state of unconditional love. And it's like, why is it equal parts joy and painful? And it makes sense because you have to literally operate on both ends of the spectrum when you reach unconditional love. Because that means that despite how bad something can be, you love it anyway. Despite how much it can hurt you, you love it anyway. You protect yourself, but you also leave yourself open. It's the weirdest shit. Because again, like I said, it's operating on both ends of the spectrum. And nobody can explain it to you until they reach that state. It's accepting all the bad shit that done happened to you and then flipping it, right? Transmuting the energy and understanding how that shit turned out really to be in your highest favor. Because now you gotta, as the Christians say, a testimony. Now you have something that can literally pull you to your purpose. Because it's through our pain that we find our purpose. But when I look out into this world and I see how much pain, how much suffering, especially in this current time, it's always been here, but it just feels like we keep going in a circle. We're spiraling in a never ending loop of the evil of mankind. We have no business being in a war right now. We have no fucking business being racist. We have no business being sexist. We have no business being queerphobic. We have no business being xenophobic. We have no business telling people how they should celebrate and get to know their God. We have no business doing that. We have no business telling people how the fuck they live their lives. Unless they are out here hurting somebody. We have no fucking business doing that. But somehow everybody feels like it's their fucking job to control other humans. God gave us free will. Why in the fuck are you interfering with that? And it's on both ends. If somebody want to be a bad person, you can't change them. You can try. But I say just stay the fuck away from them. I mean, protect yourself. But if what I'm doing ain't got nothing to do with you, if it's not hurting you or any other person, including me, right? Stop me from hurting me. Hold me accountable if I'm moving reckless. That's why the fuck I do what I do. That's why I come on here. Yes, I'm talking about celebrities. I don't really give a damn about anybody's life, but I want y'all to know how to live in a way that is going to be harmonious to you. That's not going to welcome in the bullshit and trauma and drama. That's why I analyze people's lives out loud. That's why I have this channel. That's why I wrote a book. This is not even the first book I wrote, but it's the most important book to me to date. It's something, again, like I said, about when you have this unconditional love for society and you have this frustration because you feel like you're standing alone. Like, I know I have a lot of people that love me. I'm a well-loved person. I'm not trying to be braggadocious. It's people out here who are way more loved than me, and there's people out there I wish I could love them past their deficit. But it's something about when you embark on this journey, it feels lonely. And like I said, I'm not a Christian, but I appreciate Jesus. And it's like something that feels akin to him when you are choosing to walk a similar, I would never say I'm walking the same path, but a similar path to him. And you can understand why he, if he really did give his life for the state of humanity, why he decided to be a martyr for the better good. We have so many black martyrs. It's just Jesus is one of the most well-known. He is the well-known black martyr. But black people, we have a lot of black martyrs. We have a lot of martyrs. There's some white martyrs out here too. We just don't know a lot of them. But we have a whole slew of them. Some we know their names and some we don't. But I get that. I get the path of righteousness. It don't feel good, bro. But it's necessary. It don't feel good when you come out here in the world and you tell people how to, but I don't want to say live your life right, because I'm not telling people how to live. I don't feel like I have any right. But just how to, like I said earlier, live in a way that's harmonious to you. Not invoke and invite the drama. And I'm not saying there's somebody who didn't live that way before. I did. That's why I've crossed the threshold over to the other side, and I'm like, I just want to help y'all do it yourselves. I want to bottle up this unconditional love and give it to everybody. Yeah, it's painful, but again, like I said, it's just as much joy. And some of y'all not experiencing joy at all. Not at all. And my heart weeps for y'all. That's why I cry. I'm crying for other people. I'm crying for the past me. I'm crying for the future me and whatever she might go through. I cry because I know that life is equally painful and joyous. That is what unconditional love means. Just understanding that. Knowing even when your relationships with people, especially your children, oh my God, your children will break you down. But you love them. You love them anyway. You love them anyway. And that's how we're supposed to approach life. You're supposed to approach life like, you know what? But it's some bullshit. Again, I talk to God about this every day. I'm like, bro, this some bullshit. OG. Because I might say some stuff like that. I'll be like, Lord, OG, bruh. That's how I talk to God. Yeah. Because we friends, we close like that. I'll be like, Lord, you know this some bullshit, right? But we all deserve peace. And we all deserve joy. If we believe that we do. And that's always the first and sometimes the hardest stop to make on this journey of healing, on this journey of love and self-love, on this quest of harmony, I guess, right? Because I think most of us were called to try to make this world a better place. And like I said earlier, some of us don't answer the call and some of us are willing. And I'm more than willing. But I sometimes, like I said, and where I should have continued on from, I probably got a little out the way, but I just feel like it's hard to find your tribe. And I have been seeking and searching for years, and I have second guessed myself, and I've came back and built more confidence, and then second guessed myself again and came back and built more confidence. And now I feel like I'm here to stay, but I'm still building my confidence along the journey because that's just the way life is. It's about a series of building your confidence because you're supposed to learn from your mistakes and then build more confidence. That is how the circle of life really works. It's a series of learning, and learning means that you don't get it right the first time unless you just magical. Some of us are magical. Give it to us. Because I tell people all the time, like, I get everything I pray for. God don't take anything away from me. I just lose it on my own. Whether I do it consciously or subconsciously. Subconsciously mean I'm self-sabotaging. I'm that imposter syndrome is coming in. Right? That's subconsciously. But if I'm consciously doing it, it's just like, oh, I thought this was going to be better. I prayed for it, thought it would be better. I got it, realized it's not. And yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. You know what I mean? But God ain't took nothing from me. Losing on my own. I get everything I pray for. I can't work all the time. I haven't. I mean, sometimes it be instant. I swear. You would have to just be me to understand. Please believe me. I'm not gonna lie about this. Sometimes I pray about it and immediately it happens. I'm not kidding. It's been like this my entire life. So I feel like because I know that I get what I want for, why can't I just simultaneously work with my creator about what it is that gives me joy, that I'm called to do, called to help this world progress forward as much as I can as one human being, hoping to collect people who can help me do it and help them fulfill their purpose, right? Just a collection of leaders just working together. I want that for myself. But why can't I just work with my creator, see what that is, and then embark on it? And that's what I'm doing here. That is what I'm doing here. My name is J Lovely. Real name Jasmine Hall. I'm not doxing myself. A lot of people just ain't gonna know what my real name is because I want to be two separate entities for a reason. I want to be two separate entities for a reason because I need My family don't need to know who J Lovely really is unless they just come meet me when I'm in my bag, right? Meaning they watch my content or they read a book I made or they come to a event. But Jasmine is reserved for my family and my friends. Y'all can call me Jay. Y'all can call me Lovely. Don't call me Jasmine. But I'll let y'all know my fiction work, just a quick shameless plug, my fiction work is under my real name. Because my fiction work is just passion. I don't really care about that. For real. Like, I don't care if my stories never get out of there. But this type of work, this here, I want you to, this is life changing. This is paradigm shifting. This is mindset shifting work. This is the work I want to get out there. So J Lovely is the accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. And it is my life's purpose to get Black people to mentally unplug from this patriarchal system of white supremacy. And I always say, hey, if we want to get better control of what's going on around us, we got to get better control of what's going on inside of us. Let me repeat that one more time because, I never said that out loud like that before. I said it in my mind. But if we want to get better control of what's going on outside of us, we have to get better control of what's going on inside of us. It's just that simple. I wonder why I've never heard anybody say that. Have I heard somebody say that? Maybe my subconscious. Because I be trying to make sure I'm not one of the first people to say something. And maybe I heard it before. Anyway, that's just me rambling a little bit. Like I said, I'm sorry I got a little emotional, but this means a lot to me. I care about this place. I'm an old soul. Someone who has been here, if you believe in reincarnation, have been here multiple, not multiple, but multiple times, because it's a multitude of multiple times that I have been here. And I'm tired. I'm tired, very weary, but very hopeful for a better and brighter future. I know what utopia could look like. I know what it would look like if we decided to move past our worldly differences. Because, yes, I'm a Black woman and I love that because we the shit. But I'm buried in this body I'm inhabiting. I'm only going to be here several decades. But what my energy transforms to outside of this body is bigger than just being a human at this time. And you too. If we could get past the earthly form and literally see people for who they are, we would be in such a better place. Because you wouldn't care about that man having sex with that man. You wouldn't care about that woman having sex with that woman. You wouldn't give a damn about their expression of themselves because this shit is temporary. You might as well make the best of it in the way that makes you feel good. It's not about you. You are not about the other people. You are about you. Same goes for everybody else. So don't project you onto other people because you think that they're supposed to live by your standard. That's the problem with humans in general. Y'all want control of everything outside of yourselves. Control you. The motherfucking biggest entity on the planet that is in control of all of us has no self-control. They are out here R-wording little children, eating and cannibalizing, taking after their crazy ass ancestors. And meanwhile, all we're doing is just sitting back talking about it as if we didn't know this was going on under our noses for the entire, probably inception of this motherfucking country here. One of the most evil places. America was founded on evilness. This place is evil, and it influenced the entire world, even though it didn't start with America. I will say that, but America, yet again, here we come where we have something that's already here, but a group of people just come, take it, and perfect it. They perfected evilness. Them perfected evilness. They perfected it. They didn't start it, though. Gotta be real. They didn't start it. The separation of mankind is a very deep thing. I'm gonna leave on this note. When I read now that I have, when you get to a higher level of thinking and a higher spiritual elevation, and just start having different perspectives, different point of views as time go on. Every time I read that book of Genesis, I learn something new in a different way, because I never take the Bible literally. It ain't nothing but allegory to me, meaning that it's left up to interpretation to the reader, and we'll find out when we die what's real and what's not. But when I think about Eve and that serpent, all I'm thinking about is the conspiracy theory of it all. What if the whole concept of Eve meeting that serpent and eating eating the fruit from the tree of knowledge? What if that was just the draconians coming and telling us what we need to do to take over the world? And it spread, or maybe they did something. Maybe they infected us, like some people say. I don't know. And this is the conspiracy theory of it all. But we always been talking about some reptilian force that came and just literally turned the whole planet evil. Does it not sound like? Now, a lot of people think of Eve eating from the tree of knowledge as a good thing. I mean, oh yeah, it just was her experiencing awareness. I still don't think it was a good thing, because the Bible don't paint it as a good thing. Now, I'm not saying the Bible is always accurate. We know that, but it doesn't paint it as a good thing for a reason. And I believe when she ate from this tree, she was able to see the differences in humanity, and now it became something that was important. It was more important than us knowing that we were all one consciousness. I'm cooking. It was more important for us to see, oh, you're a man and I'm a woman. Ooh, let me cover myself up, because we're different. Oh, you're black. You do this, you do that. You're different. So now we just emphasize our differences. That's what made us aware. We're aware of our differences now. And I can use those differences to be evil towards you. Did somebody just wake up? Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't have much left to say. Love everybody, y'all. Please, this is, like I said, this is a message of peace, but I can't not get on here and talk about peace and not give you education, not give you some form of awareness, because that's where you start to understand more about yourself, humanity, and, dare I say, our creator. Because literally every religion on this planet tells you that God is just an extension of you, and vice versa. For the kingdom of heaven is in you. The Buddhists refer to it as the self. The self. The immortal controller. That's God. You can call it different entities. It's all the same. But I do genuinely love humanity. And for that reason, you guys, please support me. Support my book. You don't have to get the hard copy. The ebook is available, and it's only $9.99, no tax. The hard copy is available if you want the hard copy, but just get the ebook. It's cheap. I don't even want to say the word cheap, but it's inexpensive. And you deserve to know your history, your world history. You deserve to know what they're trying to hide from us. You deserve to know, in this time where they are being revisionist to our history in blatant ways now. We already know they fuck with history, but they are being blatant about how they're going to do it now. You deserve to know that, and you deserve to spread that awareness and that knowledge to other people. You don't have to agree with everything in this book. I invite criticism all the time when it comes to literary analysis, because this is a literary analysis of what's going on in our world today and the past, how we got here, and what we need to change to move forward. If you like anything I said today, support me. That's all I ask. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all.